No. Your issue is that I'm married.
No, my issue is that
Yes.
I'm married.
And I'm.
Hi, my name is Michael Akofa Ajay. You can call me Akofa.
My name is Ramada Kumaji.
My name is Mimi Onapali.
My name is Papa Sante.
Hi, my name is Tim.
Hi, my name is Nana Ekwa.
We are going to discuss marriage pressure in Ghana.
Whether they think that it is good enough to push them to accountability. Does it make you stable or
It's an entrapment.
It's a very, very big deal, and looking forward to it. So stay tuned and, enjoy the show.
6 people, 6 perspectives, all here to discuss one big question. Does marriage pressure in Ghana lead to stability or trap people in expectations? Let's find out. Marriage pressure in Ghana, stability or entrapment? The expectation to marry promotes accountability and maturity. The expectation to marry promotes accountability and maturity.
I agree with the statement that expectation to marry promotes accountability and maturity. Why? Because marriage is an institution that ushers people into adulthood, or generally that's what is perceived in our society, that marriage ushers people into adulthood. So then, once there is the expectation for you to get married, it means that people are trying to usher you into adulthood. And so there is some kind of sense of maturity that comes with taking accountability. And accountability in this sense is probably irresponsible behavior. So now you are not expected to be changing girls or boys in any manner that you like. And that is, to me, accountability.
Yeah, in relation to it promoting accountability and maturity, there's always a standard for married people, always a universal standard. For example, a man is not supposed to be, let me say, violent in a way or talk to women in a particular kind of way. You're not seen as someone who is matured. If you are someone who talks that way and then you are going to get married, someone will look at you and go like, this person is not ready. Even though you may have everything else ready, financially, whatever, but if you're a violent person and then you are quick to do something rash, someone tell you that you're not matured. And then if you are the type of person that is promiscuous, for example, you are not encouraged to marry. So if you really want to marry, marriage will help you align your goals, because like I said, there are set standards for it.
I agree with the topic because when you are single, you go about your normal duties and all that. But when it comes to marriage, as a man, you are responsible for your wife, your kids, and as a wife too, you are accountable for your husband and the children. So it makes you more mature because there are lots of responsibilities and things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think I agree with that topic.
so? I think the pressure, one way or the other, is good, depending on where you fall. At times, too, the pressure is not good, especially if you're somebody who is easily moved when it comes to peer pressure.
I want to say something to you, Mama. So I didn't know that marriage was the standard for measuring maturity or ushering you into adulthood. I always thought it was national service. So also you can't measure maturity on someone's ability to take care of other people. If you are going to measure maturity, I think it should be based on the person's ability to take care of his or her own affairs. So
Yes, just as I said, things like maturity and accountability, they are personal things. They are not external things that someone should force upon you. And even if you force and pressure someone, you push the person to pretense. The person will start pretending. And you want to be married to a pretender because people are good at pretending. Someone say, I married this person, and 2 years later, I realized that, oh, he has changed. Like he's a player. So you can't, Akofa saying that maybe you are promiscuous and because you are married, you don't stop. Like it's like saying that I'm getting married, so I'm stopping smoking. That's who you are. It cannot be undone by marriage.
Yeah. I think that when it comes to accountability, it is first to God. I am Christian, I have Christ in me, it is first to God. And so to think that the expectancy of marriage is what is going to promote accountability, I totally do not agree with that. First to God, and then we can consider the marriage. When you say first to God, I mean, if you're a Christian, you should also know that in the Bible, it also talks about the fact that, this verse, it's an institution, and God will actually want his children to get married, especially in their youth. So if you say is to God first, don't. It's like you're trying to say that the marriage is not. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I
It's
do not
not
get what you're saying.
because you said that it's to God first for you to be what? Accountable for yourself. Yes, but also marriage. Marriage, because it's also an institution where God actually wants us to get married, especially to stop having being promiscuous.
When
So
you,
I'm seeing it based on a
But-
Christian side
Okay,
of
based on that, I don't see the problem with promiscuity.
I'm coming on. You said, for example, that maturity starts from national service. I know a girl in level 2 who is 15 years. She'll finish at what, 17 years.
But
You
I
really
didn't
say
say
anything
anything about age.
No, you
I
didn't
didn't say anything about age.
I'm coming. Let me finish. Let me land.
Hmm.
When you start with saying national service, I'm trying to tell you that national service cannot be a sign of maturity. I know idiots who
Neither
are
marriage. Neither marriage.
I'm coming. Wait. Then the
I
second
didn't
part of it is
also
this.
say
You also said
maturity.
that God also said that you show your what to God. How do you show it? How do you show your accountability to God? God is not
Accountability.
physical. God is spiritual.
Oh, so you
It
need
is
a
true.
physical
I'm
person
coming.
to show
Per
accountability.
biblical standard,
Oh.
Bible says that whatsoever you do to the least of my brother, that's what you do to me. You are accountable to God with the way you relate with other people. Marriage is an example of how you explain your accountability
So
to God.
I think the question is the marriage expectation is promoting what accountability.
Yes.
There were two things.
I told you from the beginning that if you are going to marry,
So let's take
Force people to pretend.
let's take example of
Okay, so let me give you an example of Apostle Joshua Selman, right? Would you
I
think
don't-
that
I-
that man? Would you think that Apostle Joshua Selman?
I don't think we should mention.
No, I think it's allowed because it's a
No,
public
I don't
figure.
think we should.
So would you think that somebody like that we cannot
Apostle
like he's not
Paul.
there's no
Yeah, I
sense of
think you should.
accountability in him because he's not married yet?
Apostle-
or
that's
Paul
Apostle
in the
Joshua
Bible.
Selman
No,
is-
I don't think
Apostle
marriage.
Joshua Selman is accountable to his
God.
church, for example.
No,
Because
God.
I'm coming.
No, God.
His lifestyle. I'm coming.
God
Yes.
says that he looks at the heart.
Listen.
Yeah, because she brought a Christian perspective.
I like the fact that Ekwa kept bringing in a godly perspective, in as much as everybody was talking about human opinions and feelings. She kept prompting us to the core of humanity, which is spirituality, and I think I really like that fact. One thing about maturity, I don't agree with your point about I finished university at the age of 18, and as at 15, I entered university at 15. I was very, like, my other brothers look up to me in terms of maturity.
Yes, and with that I agree.
So now, when I come to your point about maturity, I don't think that maturity is. I think that maturity boils more to how you act, how you control your emotions, and I'm saying that the expectation of marriage promotes maturity because in marriage, everybody understands that it's a lifelong commitment. Yes, there are divorces, but most people in society don't encourage divorces. So once you are expected to marry, there are certain behavioral traits that immediately they are expecting from you. How to manage your emotions, how to manage your character, how to manage your behavior. There are things that automatically they want to see a change.
So you don't
But are
think
you-
that
are
when
you-
it comes to jobs, like all these things are not
Exactly.
expected of you in your career, even your education, like in your school, relating with people, whether you're in a relationship with them or
general
not.
life.
You don't think that all these kinds of emotional control, all of these things that
Financial
you are talking about, you
ability
don't
to
think
manage
that
your
we expect that
finances.
of you.
Intelligence, like you have to marry before you become emotionally
No, like
intelligent.
you don't think all these are expected of you. You don't think that the school community. You don't think the school
do
community.
you really believe that?
Guys, wait. You know what? Living with somebody, okay, just the two of you, for like a year, is different from when you're in the workplace. You go and come back every time.
You live with
So
your
in
siblings.
the hello, wait.
And also
That's way different. That's
Have you been tired of someone before in a
Let me finish.
relationship?
Don't cut me. Let me finish. So what you don't know is that it's way different. And mind you, I'm married, you are not.
Hey.
So I know what it takes to actually live with somebody, like especially somebody who is coming from a different background, a different, training. The
Talk
person
to
is
me.
being trained in a different way.
Talk to me.
It's way different to live with a grown man and another man, and you are trying to probably, I can, not to say I'm bringing my personal life, but I can give you an example. Especially when it came to me being able to voice out. I learned that in my marriage. I wasn't like this. I became more mature in it. That's how come I'm even able to sit down and have a conversation like this. This was never me. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
But-
So, hold on.
Talk to
So you can't tell me that. Is marriage? I'm not saying that marriage will. Aside marriage, there are other things that cannot make you get matured, as she was saying. But I'm saying that when you come from a different background, you come from siblings are siblings, but this is somebody you love. It's like you've given your whole. You are saying that I'm giving my whole life to you. The person is giving his whole life to you. When you are in a certain kind of whatever, you wake up from the same bed, you poop together, whether you sleep together, you have your preferences, you end up getting matured in a certain, when it even comes to your behavior. Somebody can wake up and then not want to, brush their teeth. But when you're going to sleep next to somebody in the evening, you would want to brush your teeth before you. I'm just giving an example to it.
But then, don't you think going through like the boarding school system
No, she's
and
talking about
meeting-
inside the marriage. And we are talking
You
about
can't
before
compare
the
work.
marriage.
You can't compare work marriage to work maturity to marriage maturity. Everybody can work. I started working as a professional. I'm not talking about when I was 16.
The obsession with marrying young steals the chance to explore life freely. The obsession with marrying young steals the chance to explore life freely.
I agree. So let me use one aspect. We can talk about career. Maybe my career path is going to take me out of town or out of the country. It will be very difficult to leave a partner at home or a family like a wife, kids, and go and pursue your interests. The moment you get married, the expectation is that you live with them. So I agree that it can take away your freedom to explore.
Yeah, and we should know that it shouldn't be synonymous with promiscuity, which is finding yourself. Maybe, as you said, we are going with your career, or maybe you are maturing in things. So basically, that's what I believe.
I think that obsession comes with idolatry. And so if as a young person, you are obsessed with marriage, it means that all your investments, your heart is all in getting married, and then you fail to acknowledge all the other important things like your career and your relationship with friends and family.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I don't believe in that because if you have the right partner is going to nudge you on to be able to fulfill your dreams and your job, whatever it is you got. If your partner says, I've got you for better, for worse, he's got you. And he's going to be by your side and support you. And in relation to you saying promiscuity, look, you can't pretend as if it's not a fact. 99% of people who are not married because they want to explore. The word explore there is to have multiple sexual partners, go for locations and all those kind of frivolous things. I'm not saying I'm a child of God, and as for my belief, that is just not right. And then you need to really get your stuff together, you know.
I really think that to get married, you have to get somebody who is very understanding, somebody who. See, the institution of marriage is not, I am leaving my personality behind and coming into you. No. It is, I'm carrying my personality to this union. You're also carrying your personality to this union. So, in as much as there is marriage of two people unified to one, I think that they still have their both they still have very separate lives to live. Because if probably I'm a lawyer and my husband is a doctor, my husband wouldn't leave his patients in the hospital to be with me. The same way I wouldn't leave my clients in court to be with him. So then I believe that. What's the question again? What's the question?
You believe that marriage is not
Obsession. Young people obsess with marriage. Yeah, it makes them miss out on like having
On
other
that.
choices. Like yes,
I really don't think that. Because actually, I personally believe that I can explore with my partner. It just depends on the type of
Preach.
partner I get.
I don't agree. I don't agree with what you said. What you said, because you can have a partner and still go about doing whatever you want to do.
Fulfilling goals.
Yes, fulfilling your goals. That you had a long. Some people have long list of places they would want to visit, things they would want to do. You can still get married and then do all those things.
Preach.
It's possible.
But then
So I don't
that
think
leaves you subject to other people that you would not have been subject to if you were not married. So with the traveling example that you made, suddenly you have to consider when your partner can get leave days or when your partner, because just
Wouldn't
because
you
you
consider
want
that
to,
when you are working?
wait, let me finish.
if you are working,
Like you have a job, wouldn't you
so
consider that?
if I have a job that requires me to travel and see the world, or if there's a scholarship opportunity to go and study abroad and I want to be moving from country to country, if I'm alone, if I'm single, I don't need anybody's permission. I don't need to consider anybody's feelings.
They mean that
But
you're
then-
not ready
but then
to be.
If she married you and
But
you're
then
not
if
to
you
travel
have a
around the world,
partner or children, you have to consider leave days, you have to consider vacation days, you have to consider their willingness to engage in the same activities you want to engage in.
I agree with what you're saying. That is actually true, because if you'd have to travel and do other things, you would have to actually consult them. But then again, it doesn't take away. If I want to go to Maldives, I have to make plans. Probably plan before. Probably I want to go in November. Plan probably in July, and
Yeah.
you can actually make plans for that.
So what
You
if
can
what
make
if the partner
decisions.
does not want to go to the
There are
Maldives?
other things that you would want to, and then most of the time, then probably you didn't marry the right person.
No,
That's what the pressure
I think
does.
no.
No, that's not true.
And that's what the
That is not true. That is not true.
No.
I'm saying it. I'm saying it because I know I have experienced
Right now,
it.
Right now, we are talking about your marriage, and your marriage
I
should
am-
be in an argument. This is what they call ad hominem.
So
Like,
so
like-
then why am I here? We are talking about
because
marriage.
You are arguing about the argument, not about your personal experience.
So, but I
So-
can't say personally. No, that one too is wrong, because
Like,
we've all said. She said
but
personally.
your personal
I think
experience is like a
personally,
drop in the ocean.
I'm not bringing my marriage out here.
Look.
And what I'm saying is actually true. And you feel like I'm trying to bring my marriage in because I'm the only one married sitting here. If there was another person, the person would have also said the same thing, because it's an experience I've had.
Okay, let's say
No, your issue is that I'm married.
No, my issue is that
Yes.
you are married.
And I'm bringing, because what should I say? I'm not talking about.
Okay.
You are talking about.
you have a point when you say that
about my marriage.
marriage can limit you from fulfilling your dreams. You have a point when you say that.
How do you get married?
I'm coming.
That's what I'm saying.
You have a
I
point.
understand what you are
You have a
trying to
point.
say.
You have a point when you say that marriage in general can limit you from exploring and doing that. But marriage as a union, like we are saying, it's not meant to limit you. It's meant to propel you to actually fulfill what you are supposed to be.
Meant to do? And
Let me
what-
explain.
what
Let me
happens
explain.
is what they say.
For example, you love to travel. When you are courting someone, the whole point of courting is to understand each other. This is what I do. This is what I love. If you get married to the person, that means that the person is marrying you and everything you become. So if I choose to marry someone who wants to travel, I'm coming. If I choose to marry someone who wants to travel, it means I'm marrying you and your dreams, and I want to help you actually fulfill it. Marriage is not supposed to limit you. If the person loves you and understands you, the person is actually going to help you. A man saying, I want to be a man of God, and a lady saying, I love you. She will support the man, and then she'll give him a help. It's not that the lady is not going to try and stop him from doing it.
What happens to the ladies'
I'm
dreams?
Let's say
disagreeing with your argument, because if marriage imposes some kind of responsibility on people. So when you're married, there is a certain degree of responsibility.
You
So you
can't-
can't say I'm the travel type, so
When you
can't
are
get up and leave your
that's what I
family.
said from the beginning that listen, what I told you from the beginning, when you are courting someone, you get to know each other.
Yeah,
If you are
you get
courting
to
me
know
and then
each
you
other.
find out that I like to travel. I really want to travel, even when we get married. And you don't agree with me. You're not supposed to marry me. If you went ahead and married me,
What she's trying to say is that even if you are married, even if your wife likes to travel, the moment there is, say, a child or she has a job that there are responsibilities that will
That's
keep
what I
you
was
from
saying.
doing
There
that.
are responsibilities.
You can always find a way around it.
With marriage, I don't think you are not glued together. So if my partner doesn't have leave days, there's something called understanding. I'm telling you that, oh, I want to go to Jamaica or wherever this vacation, right? And you have no chance to do so. You could stay behind, take care of the other responsibilities, and travel out. Anytime that we have a chance, we do it together. If you also chance, you go on a vacation, I stay behind. There are married
I think
couples
it's
like
more
that.
about understanding.
It's more about understanding.
But I
When
think,
it
I
comes
think the
to-
question was young people's obsession. Is it making young people miss out on other things
No,
that they
it's
could
not.
have
I don't
acknowledged in
think
life?
so.
I feel like we've reached like
Give me a goal, give me a goal, give me a goal, and I'll show you how you can fulfill it in marriage. What would you want to do? You want to travel? You can travel with your partner. If
So
you,
let's have finished.
what would you want to do?
I think that the key thing here is obsession. Like, is obsession an indication of something good? Like when we say you're obsessed with something, like young people are so obsessed with marriage. I believe that when you're obsessed with something, your focus is on that one particular thing. And so all the other great things that may be happening in your life, maybe you are going to school, maybe you are studying to become, say, an artist, a doctor or something, or a lawyer. Because you are so obsessed with marriage, you would actually put that dream on hold because you badly want to get married. You tend to look at all the wrong things because it's an obsession. It has become your idol. You will live and breathe, I want to marry, I want to marry, I want to marry. But what about all the other great things in life? And I think that is what the question is asking us.
Mention one
But when
thing
young
greater than
people are
marriage.
obsessed, one thing greater than marriage is
What?
fulfilling your purpose in God, which could be other than marriage.
Give me one
Yeah,
example of
I
a higher
think-
purpose than marriage
I
in
think,
God.
Yeah, I
One
agree with you,
one
but
thing.
On the other side, I can be obsessed with getting married and still have my
And still
focus.
have your focus.
There's nothing good that can come out of obsession. That's what we are saying.
Obsession is idolatry.
If you say
That
there's
is-
nothing good that can come out of obsession,
Obsession.
I can be obsessed with becoming a lawyer.
Like you can sacrifice your
I
obsession. You
can
are
be
sacrificing
obsessed
your
with
common
becoming
sense.
a lawyer, right? Can I be obsessed with
Yes.
becoming a lawyer? Is
We
that
are
something
healthy
that
obsession.
comes out of
That means everything else is on hold. Like your common sense doesn't work. If they say
First of all, no. Let me tell you, bro. Let me get this fast straight.
Marriage can offer stability, but it shouldn't come at the cost of self-fulfillment. Marriage can offer stability, but it shouldn't come at the cost of self-fulfillment.
Yeah, I agree with the statement that marriage shouldn't come at the expense of your self-fulfillment, because I mean there are other things to life than marriage, and if you are not fulfilled in yourself as a person, I don't think that you can radiate that to somebody else. So
I think that the whole purpose to live is, I'm a moralist, so that's why I come from this very God perspective. And so the whole purpose for your life is to fulfill what God has for you. And what God has for you eventually becomes what you want for yourself. And so in as much as marriage can bring all the good tidings in life, if there are things that you have set to attain in life, things that align with God and not necessarily by partnering with somebody else, I think that you should not allow marriage to get in the way.
Yes, I think that marriage is about two complete people coming together. So you have to have your own journey. You have to have accepted your own journey. You have to know what you want to do already. Then both of you come together to complement each other. But both of you have to be complete. Like you don't need another person to make you happy, or else you are going to be very unhappy in your marriage. Yes, so that's what I think.
I think for all aspects of life, marriage is the only part of your life that you can't check that many boxes. For my career, or for my dreams. Maybe my dreams are career, hobbies I want to pursue, other things. I can have a checklist or I can measure my growth. But with marriage, the moment you marry and you give birth to kids, there are no other boxes to mark you with. So if my self-fulfillment is going to be put on hold so that I focus on how to make my marriage work, or how to pay attention to all that, I think that's where the difficulty comes in. So self-fulfillment, I think is more important.
Aside doing the work of God, I don't think there's any higher form of accountability requirement apart from aside.
Is that a business statement?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I said. I don't think. That's what I said. I said I don't think. Yeah. Apart from doing the work of God, I feel like the highest calling a man can do aside that is to be married. If you have to go out of your way just to have stability, let's say marriage, for example, I feel like it's not something up for discussion. I think it's a necessity. A part of you will have to die for you to be able to have even the word stability in marriage. You get what I'm trying to say? So personally, if it means, not necessarily fulfilling everything you want to do in this life, if it means doing that, like not fulfill everything just to have stability in marriage, I think it's worth it.
But then again, I don't know. Can't that get fulfilled in marriage? Like, can't I have we talk about kids and all that, but can't I marry and say, okay, we won't have kids for the next 7 years. So let's just focus on our goals. Let's do it together.
It's possible.
It's possible.
I think
We have
right.
people like that
Yeah.
who would they've put their giving birth, having children on hold, and then they've actually made such decisions.
I always say that. I was saying earlier on that marriage is about understanding. If the two people come together and they get each other, that this is how we are going to go about it. If you say you want to travel, and I believe I want you to also travel, I can travel with you. Marriage will not limit you in any way.
I think
to help you.
I saw a video last night that said that there are many women who wait for their children to grow up to divorce their husbands. And it's not because they have had cheating spouses. It's not because they have had emotionally or physically abusive partners. It is just because of the lack of fulfillment in them that most of them put their entire lives on hold in the name of my marriage and then my children. And so for me, I think that your self-fulfillment comes first, and marriage should not be the reason you do not get there.
I'm coming. You said he's not a cheating husband. He's not abusive. He's not making you go out of a way or anything. So how are you able to fulfill your responsibilities or your dreams?
I think
I agree with what you said in a certain way, and I think we young people out there, before you get married, try and then do whatever you really want to do in life before you actually get married. Because when you don't, you enter the marriage and then now you start regretting. I should have done this, I didn't do this. Then in the marriage, you're not even happy. So I think we should, if you're out there and you're listening to us, you should actually, fulfill those dreams if you want, because we have people who would want to enter that marriage and then still fulfill whatever that they are doing. And we have the other side to that says that, I want to do this before I enter that marriage. So I agree in a certain way what you're saying. Please fulfill your dreams. If you know that you get married and you come and say that, hey, they did this, please.
Yeah, I feel like if you get married and you have a supportive partner, you can still fulfill your dreams, whatever it is.
That one too is true.
Why did you get married, nigga? Why did you get married?
What he's saying is actually
That is why we don't want the pressure. Yes, that's why we don't want the pressure. That's why we don't want the pressure. Yes. Or pressure. Yes, you don't find it.
Boycott the fact what you're saying, but you should also understand that there's a side that has been through the pressure and their marriage work. That's what I want you to understand. There's a side that went through the pressure, that went through the whatever, but then their marriages still worked by the grace of God. It worked.
Work that's what
I think some will somehow.
At what cost?
The pressure and whatever that they
At what cost? Because I've heard stories
At the cost of
where
the wife.
we were pressured to marry. Yes, we've been married for the past 40 years, hallelujah. But then when they go into details, it is nothing It is nothing that somebody who will wait
Yes.
for their turn.
You know, when you
It is not. It is
It's
not
looking
anybody
at the pressure at the cost of the wife.
I understand what you are saying. I understand what you are saying. I understand you perfectly. There are people too. You see, most of the time we are just trying to do the thing one-sided. There are people too who have actually taken their time, and the moment they enter the marriage, is any work. I don't. So there's also that side. So I understand you when you say that people at work horse and all that, but there are people too who waited. They waited for so many years. Their relationship. I mean, 7 years. Or more year course 9 years. They finish the course, but then when they enter the marriage, they realize that it's not as it seems. It's way different. So the thing is that you can be pressured and you enter the marriage. It can be good, it will be bad. You can decide to wait for long. It can be good, it can be bad. So I mean, it's
But then the decision becomes one's responsibility to own.
I think the
I
whole
own my decision
self-fulfillment.
because I made my decision in my own time.
Give
Not
me
because
one
I
scenario
think
where
the
my
whole
mother pressured for
the
fulfilling
whole
a particular dream.
self-fulfillment
Give me a dream
thing
that
comes
man
from
will
a
live it.
mental point of view,
Mention
right?
one.
So you could enter into a marriage and then you feel like, oh, when I enter into the marriage, I'm still going to be self-fulfilled. I'm still going to have my goals. And then you enter into the marriage and realize that there is a different reality to the whole marriage thing. Then your focus shifts.
yeah.
And then at the end of the day, you may agree with your husband may be supportive, but at the end of the day, responsibilities tear you down. Like, I can give an example. I'm in a PFD class. There are married people in my class. And there are people who have dropped out because of the
I
marriage
think for viewers'
responsibilities.
sake, what is PFD?
So post-first degree. So I'm doing post-first degree law. So there are people in my class that have dropped out because their marriages are suffering because they want to self-actualize. You get the point. So I want to become a lawyer, but then I have to come to class at 5:30 to 8:30. By the time I get home, I'm tired, I can't learn and all that. You get the point.
So do you believe that they should have finished first? Do you believe that they
So
should be
you know a lawyer. You went to work from 5 p.m. to 8:30, and you came home. If you have a supportive husband, then I know that you went to work. I'll prepare the food in the house.
Hey,
No, but what if you have children?
Listen.
What if you have children?
He said, am I not a human being? I can't prepare the food for
And
the
you also have
children.
work.
I didn't come home at 8:30. I came home at 5.
I don't think it's about
Listen. If the woman came home at 5, I expect her to cook the food. If she came home at 5, I expect her to cook the food.
the ideal. The ideal, but that's not the reality.
I think the
That's not a reality. I don't get that part. That's not a reality.
Marriage pressure forces people to prioritize societal approval over personal space. Marriage pressure forces people to prioritize societal approval over personal space.
we are in Ghana. The reality is that the pressure in Ghana is coming from nowhere but the society. The society includes the people who meet at school, the people who meet at work, the church primarily, and then even sometimes extended family members. I think that a lot of people who get married out of pressure, out of when are you getting married? You are growing old. Hey, you are 30 years. All of these people is at the end of the day when they give in, it's just to please those people who said, when are you getting married? They do not prioritize their own peace.
I agree with what you said entirely. If I'm getting married only because somebody's asking me questions, eventually I think that the only way I'll get peace of mind is to marry so that everybody makes me alone. Then I'm not considering what I want, I'm considering what everybody else wants.
Yes, I also agree with both of them said. Yes, because if somebody is there, his mother is constantly telling him, his mother forms part of his society, get married, get married, get married. He may not be at peace with the choice he made, and eventually will cause problems in the marriage, and that's not great for a good marriage.
Those laws are really
I disagree to a certain extent. I don't disagree entirely, but I disagree to a certain extent because I believe as a person, there is there is always the choice, there is always the willpower, there is always it boils down to you. So it's like I always say, nobody can pressure me to put my hand in fire because I know that once I put my hand in the fire, it will hurt. Pressure. When are you getting married? When are you getting married? I understand that marriage is a lifelong commitment, and in as much as everybody will be on my neck, when are you getting married? When are you getting married? My peace of mind matters to me the most. And so, even in the pressure, in decision making, I will take my time to choose who is my peace. So that's what I think.
I don't think, especially when it comes to, let's say, if your friends, because our friends are friends in church or work or whoever, probably they are married, and then they pass these comments, you to get married, get this, should, I mean, make you choose somebody that you don't want to marry, and then you will not actually, it won't end up with you getting your peace of mind. If somebody says that go and kill your mother, you will not go and kill your mother. You will not take a knife and go and kill your mother. It's the same thing here. You know who, even so, are we trying to say that within the time, okay, or before the time your mother said, or your friend said, or your friend said this, get married, within that time, you didn't have anybody you are talking to, you are communicating with, that in your head you will surely get married to this person. There's exactly, so yeah, so in that time, if like you are being pressured to say that, okay, get married within that time, you should know that this is the person, then meaning that you are just being in the relationship for nothing. It's just going to be like, I'm just in the relationship to have fun. Is that what it means?
I think that when two people are serious about each other, they have a lot of good discussions, which includes how long do we want to be together in this relationship? When do we intend to take it to the next step? When he's serious about me and I'm serious about him, oh, we want to be in a relationship for 2 years. What are we doing within this 2 years? Okay, maybe it's because I'm finishing school or I have to put this one down. Oh, I'm working on traveling, so I would want to get there and settle. So I do not think that two people who are serious about themselves will just be in the relationship. And so if they are able to marry within those 2 years that they set for themselves, then we can tell that they willingly got married. But then if you come and say, hey, it's been 1 year of relationship, if the man is serious about you, which I watch a lot of Christian podcasts, which a lot of Christian girls confess to getting that. One lady said she posted her boyfriend after 1 year, and a lot of Christians were posting and saying that if he was serious about you, he would have married you. Why 1 year? What is he waiting for? He's not serious about you. All of these things. If she goes to the boy and says, everyone says they're not serious about me, because honestly, if you follow lots of Christian models on social media, when I say I mean like the role models, you see met and married in 7 months, met and married in 6 months. If the man is going to do it, he's going to do it. When he knows, he knows. But the truth is that the dollar is frustrating us in Ghana. Men are genuinely suffering. Women do not know where they are going to in life. And so if you get an auntie somewhere who tells them because he's dated you for 1 month and 1 year, he's not proposing, he's not serious. And so because of that, they went and tell the boy, you don't love me anymore. He said, okay, then let's get married. That is you choosing the approval of that auntie who forms part of the society over your personal peace, and even it shows the respect for the boundaries that you have created as a couple. That's what I think.
If you marry, I've not spoken. If you marry because of pressure, that means you never had peace before you entered the marriage.
I thought you said pressure is good because it encourages stability, promotes accountability. So why are you moving from pressure?
Okay, fine, let me rephrase it. If you lost your peace because you claim you got married, you never had peace in it before you got married.
I think you should rephrase it again. I want the pressure bit in it.
I disagree.
Let me finish. I think you guys talk. Let me finish. Let me finish. The reason I'm saying that is this. If I'm choosing not to get married now, and you come to me and say, why aren't you married? And I really have peace inside me. Also, it's not really my cup of tea. I'm not really into it. I have peace already. You can't tell me you can't defend what gives you peace. You are lying. If the idea that oh, everybody's getting married, got to do it, you also got married. You never had peace from the beginning. That is why you got married. I don't know if you are getting
I don't
I
get
get
your
you
line of argument.
because you are removing pressure from the equation. I don't
I
get you.
think Akofa is talking from the perspective of a man.
Don't tell
Like he's
yourself that.
thinking about it as a man.
Don't tell yourself that pressure, people were giving me pressure, so I got married. If you had peace, no amount of pressure would have made you do something you don't want to do.
What kind of peace are you talking about?
That's
Have you listen,
that's actually not
Hey.
true.
think about it for a second. The word peace means that nothing phases you. You are okay. That is what peace
So
means.
if someone, if you have peace and someone slaps you, are you still at peace?
You say,
Peer pressure, exactly.
Yes.
Like peer pressure doesn't exist.
I won't lie to you. I had friends on both sides. The choice I made. Everybody is speaking, but come on. Are you trying to tell me that when they brought the blunt, you didn't hold the thing? It wasn't peer pressure.
No,
you
hold
didn't
on.
you were indecisive from the beginning. You were indecisive from.
You're not telling the
I
truth.
don't
Let me
believe
tell you
it.
right now.
You
What
were
I'm thinking is
indecisive
that
from the beginning.
I
If you
think-
are decisive, you even control the pressure. You
No.
control the PS.
See,
Peer pressure starts from
Akofa.
one person. Do you know that?
Akofa.
Every group has its leader.
Akofa.
The one who decided is the one who controls everybody. It's the one who was decisive that started the whole thing, the pressure thing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So if you come and tell me that they forced me or they coerced me, well, it is because you yourself you were indecisive. Because if you already know what you want and you had your peace,
You said that marriage will fix the instability and the indecisiveness. They've gone inside for that thing you were proposing for. And I think that when you were talking, you eliminated the pressure bit of what we are talking about. We are talking about the marriage pressure. So I think you should talk from the marriage pressure point. I don't take the pressure. Don't just argue on marriage. Argue from the marriage pressure perspective.
I do things a little different from what everybody does, and I stand by it. That's the truth. And then I've made people understand that this is who I am. Because deep down it gives me peace. It doesn't matter what.
Akofa, not everybody's like you.
No, you don't get my point.
Like you are
The
making a
word
hasty generalization.
Everybody's also looking inside.
no, pressure comes in different folds. There are some people that when they wake up, they are talking to them about marriage.
Like especially
After
women.
They are talking to them about
Especially
marriage.
women. Women, what of women marry people they don't like? What of women do marry people they don't like because like
Exactly.
what they're
You are an old
suicidal
man.
wives.
Things like
You
that.
didn't have peace. So you didn't have peace. That's why you married. You didn't have peace. That's why you married.
Most of it was geared towards the male perspective, especially the men on the show. It was geared towards the male perspective in the sense that, like, a man can say that, oh, he doesn't feel pressured, but the pressure on women is very serious. Like, she can't sleep every day. Go and get married. Go and get married. Go and get married. And a lot of women marry people they don't like just because of the pressure, and they end up losing their dreams and not fulfilling their dreams in their career because of that.
That's what I'm saying. That you didn't have peace from the beginning. That is why you got married. Listen to the English.
No, you
No,
can't.
that's not true.
No, you can have peace
Let's
with yourself, but you are being pressured by your mother.
Exactly. Because
Everybody.
even
For
women
worry, for
are
worry, for
14.
worry.
Young
You can't
people
even see.
out there. I mean, don't prefer peace. Okay, peace of mind is the best. And do not say that because what I've seen on social media is a lie. People don't actually bring the real thing out there. It's just the nice part is what you see. There are real issues. Don't follow social media. Don't follow friends. Don't say because this person is. Please don't. Please don't. Be bad. Choose inner peace. Peace the empire.
I agree with that. So I think it's easier for the pressure of marriage or the pressure of doing what other people are telling you in general is easier to fall for when they are not actively working on other things that are important to you. So if you have dreams to chase, goals you want to achieve, and they are working hard at it, it is more difficult for the pressure to get to you.
Then I think I appreciate the fact that I met different people with different personalities on the show. Thank you.
I think it was a great conversation, but most of it was geared towards the male perspective.
I didn't necessarily agree with everything we said, but I understood where they came from. I hope they also understood where I came from. But it was fun. Let us also know what you think, but keep it very peaceful and everything. So, God bless you.
Some points were put across, but it got to some points that everyone was bogged down on their own ideas, and it was difficult listening to each other. But I think all in all, we're able to change some minds, move some minds.
Very interesting perspectives. A lot of them I do not agree with. I think that we have very controversial perspectives, and as a moralist, I think that we should get to one place in life. If pressure is pressure, it is bad. If it is not pressure, it is good. And so my advice to young people who have viewed this is that never ever get married out of pressure. If you give anyone pressure to marry you, and the person actually does marry you, you never get a full self, you never get a full commitment, you never get the complete love that under normal circumstance the person would have given you. And so never ever let society pressure you into getting married.
As a Christian, I always say that one of the things you can actually pray for is to pray for the will of God, for like the will of God. Pray for the will of God for the person that you're about to get married to. And one of the things I actually also did was that pray and ask God, if this person is not for me, you should take that person out of your life. Pray those prayers, and I believe that no pressure. I mean, because I'm happily married, guys. Happily married with 2 kids. Yeah. Bye.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media platforms to join the conversation. And if you'd like to be part of the show, check out our pages for details. See you same time, same energy, next episode.